Here's an extra coming into the station with white flags flying. Straight to you from Pacific Rail Productions. We're going to start the action just outside of Eugene at 42nd Street in Springfield as we find a Los Angeles to Tacoma Z train thundering north to the crew change. I noticed a fleet of trains coming north towards Eugene, so I decided to grab the camera and head out towards Highway 58. This would be the only train I caught at a road crossing. My goal was to locate trains in new places along Lookout Point Reservoir I hadn't filmed yet, between Eugene and Oak Ridge. One pleasant surprise of the day was the amount of foreign power I found. Now it's time to get out of town and find some scenery. We're standing at Milepole 593 on the Union Pacific Brooklyn subdivision. This stretch of railroad hugs the shore of Lookout Point Reservoir on the south bank next to Highway 58. This northbound manifest is bound to Lake Yard in Portland, interchanging with the BNSF. The train just left Hampton, which has had storage cars in its siding for about 5 years now. This train wound up being the only one with a solid set of UP power. Lookout Point Reservoir is fed by the Willamette River. Earlier in the spring, the water level was clear up to the top of the rocks, probably about 25 feet higher than it is now. I moved south a few miles, just south of Hampton Siding. This is where the railroad crosses over the Willamette River. On the other side of the bridge is where the tracks meet up with the original grade, before the reservoir was built and the line relocation.
That's where.
We're now at approximately milepole 596.7, just north of Crail Siding. This heavy southbounder will require manned helpers to shove them over the hill, but they're not on duty till 2:30, so they got a little bit of a wait ahead of them. Track speed for freights here is 45 miles per hour, roughly between Minnow and West Fir. We're now standing in the cut that the last train emerged from in the previous clip. This empty grain train is headed back to Canada via the interchange at Eastport. It's a long journey from the San Joaquin Valley of California to the plains of Canada. It will take 8 Union Pacific crews just to take it one way to hand it off to the Canadian Pacific. Well, friends, time's up. The traffic rush is over, but I feel pretty good about this trip. We'll see you again real soon.